Have to ask. All right. And just real quick, can you spell your first and last name for me, please?
Yep, Samantha, Samantha. Last name is Dorman, Dorman.
Thank you. And what is your title?
Um, I do everything. Co-founder, I'm actually the vice chair. Jeff is the chair.
Great. And tell me what the program is called and what it does.
Yep, so the program is our parent plate program. And basically what it does is addresses hospital-based caregiver hunger. So just a little background story. My husband and I founded Feeding Families Foundation after our personal experience with life in the hospital when our daughter was diagnosed with leukemia. While there is food available in the hospital for caregivers, it doesn't mean that it's affordable or accessible. For example, our daughter was 2 when she was diagnosed, and we had 2 other kids. So Jeff was typically the one to stay in the hospital with her. And, just like you wouldn't leave a 2-year-old alone in your house, he couldn't leave a 2-year-old alone in the hospital room to go downstairs to get food from the cafeteria. You could buy food to the room. It's $10 a tray, which $10 here and there is not a big deal. But when you're there for weeks, sometimes months at a time, that really, really adds up. And our family, like most families, one of the parents had to stop working. So there's loss of income, it's gas to and from the hospital, you're paying to park at the hospital, bills at home don't stop. And to just add the cost of food while you're there is just really, really overwhelming. So what we do is we started this program and we pay for caregiver meals in the hospital. So it's for the caregiver that's staying at the bedside with their child. These meals are delivered to the room at the same time as their child's tray. So parents don't need to worry about leaving their child or spending money on food.
Great. Wow. That's quite the inspiring story. Um, can you tell me, you already touched on this a little bit, but like who is this for specifically and why is it needed or so important?
Yeah, so the caregivers, whoever could be a parent, could be a grandparent, whoever is at the bedside with their child. Like I had said before, a lot of these kids, they're immunocompromised. So a lot of times we were actually quarantined to our room. We couldn't even leave the room. Um, Especially if you are getting like a bone marrow transplant or something like that. These kids are very, very immunosuppressed. So, people coming out and even having visitors, you don't want to bring those germs in. So you're very secluded, you're kind of on an island. And, so you can't leave to go get food. And then to order the food, like I had said before, it adds up really, really quickly. I think so treatment for leukemia it's 2.5 years, so it's a very, very long journey. We were in the hospital, not the whole time, but in and out. I think our longest stay was a month. We know other families who have stayed like 8 months consecutively, like you get there and you don't leave. And bills at home don't stop. And like I said, a lot of times one of the caregivers have to stop working because you become a full-time caregiver for your child now. And so just financially, it's a mess. And so that's really what this program is for, is to help the families in these situations who are at the bedside with their child, who otherwise wouldn't be able to, leave the room, just to make the situation a little bit better.
Yeah. Um, can you tell me how can people sign up if they hear this and they think, oh, I know someone who might benefit from that. How can they get this service?
Yeah, so we work with the hospitals. So we do it by floor. So right now at OHSU, we are just on their pediatric hematology, oncology, and bone marrow transplant floor. So if you are on that floor, you qualify for this program. And there's information on the floor that tells you like how to order. Like when you call down to order your child's tray, you can order another tray. I think you just have to say a code. But anybody, there's no for us, we'd rather have no financial restrictions. It's just if you're on the floor, you get the meals. At OHSU right now, we do have a little bit of a financial requirement just because we're new to the hospital and we're based in Connecticut. So we have to make sure we have enough funds to keep the program running. The bone marrow transplant families get three meals a day. It doesn't matter their financial situation. And then the other population in the hematology oncology floor, there is a financial restriction, but the majority of families fall underneath that restriction. So the majority of families on the floor are getting this service.
Great. Do you have any plans to expand the program, or what's next?
Yes, so we would love to. Originally, we never thought we would expand outside of Connecticut, but OHSU contacted us. They actually have a similar program at their hospital called Nourish. And so we connected, and they were very, very interested in our program. And they said, hey, what do you think about bringing it to Oregon? And, we had never thought that this would be, a nationwide organization. But we know firsthand experience, something as simple as a coffee and an omelet in the morning can change the whole trajectory of the day, when you're in the hospital with your child. So we said, yeah, why not? OHSU is very similar to Yale, which is our treating hospital. So we knew the resources and what it would take to fund a program there. So yes, so the plan is to take away the financial restrictions on the floor that we are at currently at OHSU and to expand it to other floors at the hospital. But with that comes, we have to, so this interview is great because, people need to learn about us. We have to do some fundraising, grant writing, that kind of stuff. But this is a great first start in that expansion to help more families.
Great, glad to hear it. And that actually leads me into my next question. What can people do if they see this and want to help? Do they donate
Yeah, for sure.
food? Do they, what does that look like?
Yeah, so they can donate directly to our website. It's www.feedingfamiliesfoundation.org. They can also donate directly to the hospital. So OHSU Dornbecker, they have a restricted fund for the parent plate program. When you go to donate to the hospital, you just have to request that the funds are directed into the parent plate program fund. Currently, we are not, it's like it's hospital food. So like the hospital is already taking care of that piece. So there's not like food that you can donate, it's really just monetary, donations to provide the food.
That makes sense. All right. And is there anything else that you want to mention that I didn't ask you about?
I will say we just started at OHSU in February of this year. And from February to June, we've provided 1,774 meals, which is amazing. That could be in the press release.
I think it is.
Okay.
Great. And how long have you guys been doing this? I'm sorry if you told me that already. I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
no. So we started, it was like the end of 2023. So our daughter was diagnosed in 2022 in September, and we founded the foundation in September the following year, so 2023. And then we started at Yale early 2024. And then we started with OHSU this year, 2025. So we're a very new organization. I mean, Jeff and I, we're not nonprofit people. We don't really have any experience in this type of work. We both have full-time jobs.
Oh,
But this has been the best therapy for us to give back. And we know, from experience that it's helpful, to families, and it's been a really good thing. And if we can help more people, then we're here for it.
great. I love that. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for everything that you do. I
Yeah, thank
appreciate it.
you.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good rest of your day.
Okay, thank you. Oh, wait, I did have a
Oh, yeah.
question. So is this gonna be, is it like an article? Is it gonna be aired or like, how
It'll
do
be
I?
it'll be on our website. I'm happy to send you, is it just the media email or do you have another email you'd like me to use to send you a
That's
link?
fine.
That's
Media
okay.
is fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. So I can send it to you there when it's up online. And then sometimes our broadcast team will pick and select things that run on digital to put on television, but it'll definitely be on the website.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Anything else?
No, that's
All right.
it.
Thank you so much, Sam. I appreciate it.
All right,
Have a
thank
great
you.
day. Bye.
Thanks, you too. Bye.